Okay, Kat, ready to go live whenever you give me the word.
59.
Okay, it's live.
Great. Well, welcome to our live stream debate here with the District 3 candidates. I'm John Diaz, the editorial page editor for the Chronicle. This is actually our first live stream debate among candidates that we've had. We had last week Mayor Ed Lee. It just seems like forever he's Mayor Ed Lee, and of course tomorrow we're going to have the two top contenders for sheriff at 1:30. But thank you very much. We have from the left of your screen Aaron Peskin, former supervisor, Wilma Peng, challenger, and Julie Christensen, the incumbent. Really appreciate you all coming in, and if you are watching this live and want to tweet in a question, we are monitoring Twitter. Use the hashtag D3Debate. So let's start as we talk with the candidates and let them know ahead of time. We will start with a 2-minute introductory statement. We'll start with you, Aaron Peskin, and go to Wilma and then Julie. Aaron, welcome.
Thank you, John, and thanks to all of you for coming and to those of you who are watching us at this debate. My name is Aaron Peskin. I'm a former member of the Board of Supervisors and served for 8 years from 2001 to 2009. And I've decided to run again because over the last half a dozen years since I left office, we are now in the best of times and the worst of times. And I think we've seen the level of crisis, the fact that our streets are significantly dirtier, our homeless population has increased, even though our budget is now $3.5 billion larger than when I left in 2009. And I'm concerned that a small, very wealthy set of billionaires are really in charge of public policy at City Hall. And I'm running to restore a trusted neighborhood voice that values independence and has the experience and the know-how to get things done at City Hall. As your paper reported, I passed over 200 pieces of legislation in my 8 years in office and was remarkably productive. Got along very well with my colleagues who elected me twice unanimously as their president. And let's talk about some of the things that have been going on in San Francisco, particularly as it relates to the affordability crisis. City Hall, I think, didn't really get the word affordability until 8 Washington happened. And I think San Franciscans woke up to the fact that we were building lots of $5 million condos that nobody could afford. And I have a little bit of experience creating housing. As a matter of fact, a lot of the housing that is being built today was authorized by the board that I sat on after a process where we rezoned the eastern neighborhoods, Rincon Hill, the Octavia corridor, and built the largest, authorized, and it's now being built, the largest development in modern times in San Francisco, 10,000 units of housing at the Bayview Hunters Point shipyard. I think we need bold leadership, and in the first 100 days that I'm in office, I want to move forward with an affordability and livability agenda, including restoring the Green Patrol and requiring a higher percentage of affordable housing for middle-class people in new developments over large developments over 100 units. And we also need to crack down on bad actors like Airbnb
Aaron,
and the Academy of Art.
We're past time, but believe me, there will be time for more questions on housing. Wilma Peng, welcome.
Oh, my name is Wilma Peng. Thank you very much, John, for inviting me today, because I appreciate you recognizing me as an individual. I don't think I'm a challenger by nature, by profession. I'm a professor at City College of San Francisco, teaching music and ESL for the last at least since 1976. And I have lived in Chinatown, Kalnoti, built as the ghetto for the last 35 years. And I really enjoy having my senior supporters who really encourage me to run this time, not because it's a situation that whether win or losing, but a voice from Chinatown really represent the different segment of a population which they hang out in Portsmouth Square. Listen to them carefully, what they really need, and it may I'm not a Cantonese opera singer, but somehow I learned to sing Cantonese opera chiefly because I learned so much from them, and I learned about their culture, the tradition, and also their sufferings they have to go through in life. So I'm here because by nature, I'm a nurturer and not a fighter.
Great, thank you. Julie Christensen, welcome.
Thank you. The folks at home can't see this battery of the Chronicle's finest all around us. I was grateful to the Chronicle editorial board for its support when I was first appointed. I think the question we all had then was, can I do this job? In the last 9 months, I think I've been good at representing my district. I've secured funding for senior and family health programs, for transit and pedestrian safety, for our parks and streets. I've focused a lot on housing. I've been able to stop 25 illegal evictions. I've passed legislation allowing the addition of rent-controlled apartments in the district. I've expanded the amount of planned affordable housing in District 3. We've been dealing with district issues like the rise in auto burglaries, street cleanliness, dealing with our homeless population. I agree with the recent assessment of the Chronicle about the state of our city. There's an awful lot of good things going on. Hard to remember the recession of just 5 and 6 years ago. But not everything is good, and I've certainly heard the concern in the district and throughout the city about housing insecurity and cost of living concerns, about the management of our homeless population, about the cleanliness of our streets, about pedestrian safety. I think the vote in November is not a mandate on whether our city has challenges. I think it's more of a question of how we want to respond to them. You know, every campaign that my opponent has run has been based on blaming the mayor of the day for all the problems of the city, past and present. First Willie Brown, then Gavin Newsom, now Ed Lee. Mayor Lee and I do not see eye to eye on everything, but I have been able to get a lot done in a few short months through persuasion and cooperation, the same things that I use as an advocate before I became supervisor. So I think, you know, how am I most likely to get what our district needs, you know, through name calling and through obstruction and fighting, or through a professional attitude that recognizes different points of view and still tries to steer our district to the best direction. And that's what I've been about and what I want to continue to do.
Great, thank you all very much. Let me start with a question, and we'll go from Julie to Aaron. That is indisputably the #1 issue in San Francisco right now, and that is housing affordability, the crisis that we have.